If you're writing characters that are 19 and 20 years old, you have to have miscommunication because we're dumb when we're that age. These books are so good. No one's reading them, but they're phenomenal. I've never written anything the way I wrote The Perfect Game.
I also love this book. You should know.
These books I love. Book 3 has a trope that I'm not going to tell you that I swore I would never write. And I want you to feel like the love that I'm putting on the pages is possible. That book, and I always have, incredible series potential. The off-campus series I think was so well done. Watching it made me so excited. I was like, do you know how great look how great they did for this. That's what they could do for The Perfect Game.
You want to do a game?
I don't even care.
Hey lovers, it's Paige, Love on Demand, and today I'm talking to bestseller indie romance author JSterling, otherwise known as Jen, my friend. She's published more than 35 books, built a loyal readership through unforgettable characters, romance, heartfelt romance, and stories that keep readers coming back for more. Right, Jen?
I mean, you would hope.
I would know, actually.
You would.
You're a fan. Today we're going to start kind of with the Sugar Mountain series, because this is your newest series, right?
Yes, this is my very first time ever writing a small town romance. And let me tell you, these books are so good. No one's reading them, but they're phenomenal.
I'm going to read them. I really do. I love
good.
a small town. It's actually one of my favorite tropes, one of my favorite genres. Like, I still love a small town. I feel like it built romance to a degree, and everyone likes found family.
Oh my God. So I started writing, I had this idea for a small town romance, and I hadn't purposefully read any small town romances when I decided to write them. And I was like, oh my gosh, let me see, let me pick a couple that are really, really popular, and let me read these and see what people love about them.
Which ones?
So I read a Laura Pavlov book, and then I guess I never really thought of Corinne Michaels being small town, but I'm like, oh, I love all these books that she's writing. They are, of course, small town. I feel like as I read them, it was really interesting where I would feel anxiety as a reader, because I was assuming, here we go, here's what's going to happen. And then when it didn't happen that way, because the small town romance, the characters are typically a little bit older, so we're not getting this super miscommunication trope. Or if the girl tries to run away, the guy's like, you're not going anywhere. We're not doing this. They're just a little bit more mature. So the conflicts seem to come not necessarily from within, right? The conflict would come from an outside source.
Right. Some girl interfering.
Yeah. Yes. Not them being dumb. So it gave me so much.
I really never thought of it that way, but that's totally accurate.
Yes. So it gave me so much joy as a reader, though, because I had so much anxiety going up to that point. And when it didn't happen the way the other books I have written or have read have happened, I was like, oh my God, I can breathe reading this. It was a breath of fresh air for me, for it to be not this typical conflict, not this typical, third act breakup or
miscommunication.
Yes, the miscommunication.
That's the most common, and you're so frustrated as a reader.
Yes, but as a writer, if you're writing characters that are 19 and 20 years old, you have to have miscommunication because we're dumb when we're that age. So that was the one thing. I really read 2 books, and then I was like, okay, I'm totally on the right page. This is totally, I get it. I really think I understand why readers really love these stories. And it made me excited to be let me not have the conflict come from within. Of course, they're going to overcome things, but let me write a little bit more of a mature character.
So to me, I feel like when there is an outside conflict, there's some woman who comes in the picture creating that conflict instead of it coming from to your point within internal. I like too when they put that external, if it's available, when they put them in their place.
Oh, of course. Are you kidding?
That's that redemption
so
is
hot. That's definitely not what I wrote, but that's so hot.
Next book.
I did not have other women coming in, or because also, to be fair, I really do try and not write things I've already written before. If I've really delved into the drama of another woman, like we're talking about in The Perfect Game, I don't want to repeat that story. You know what I mean? That works to my benefit and also to my detriment because I'm like, I'm not a formula writer.
No, but you stay in a lane. Like I would say you're still contemporary.
Yes. You know, like certain authors' books really seem to follow this. You know exactly what's going to happen in every single story, but they're still so enjoyable. I'm like, I will devour every one of these books, even though I know exactly what is going to happen.
Because you can count on it. There's comfort in knowing in some cases that you can count on knowing that.
They're still just also written well, even though there's a formula to it. The story is still different enough that you don't feel like you're reading the exact same characters with the exact same story every single time. But to be said, with my small town romance, we follow the O'Grady brothers. Each brother gets their own book. And I am just like, these are the best. These are just the best books I've ever written in general. Probably not like in comparison to The Perfect Game, but I've never written anything the way I wrote The Perfect Game.
I feel like yourself and some other authors, it was sort of like your own story in that book, right? Your first book is also incredibly personal. So you couldn't possibly write something else that personal again.
Yeah, 100%. And also, when you think about The Perfect Game and how well it like still sells, I wrote that book in 2012. Like I released that book in 2012. It was 14 years ago. I have grown as an author since then. Like I would not write that book today.
You would write this story, you would write it differently today.
Different. I think. Yes.
I do feel like whenever I read like a super backlist from that time, which was really the time I sort of dove into the space, and I'm sure obviously you did too, around 2010. Even when I go back and reread some of it, I just reread something actually that turned into a passion flick. So I read it and then I watched it and I'm like, this was very much of that time. Let's get back to Sugar Mountain because I want to know like what tropes can I look forward to as a reader or other readers like that you're excited?
Yeah. The first book, which is Worth the Fall, he's a single dad. First time I've ever written a single dad. And I think it's because like I was a single parent for so long that I really just kind of steered clear of writing that. I've written one single mom, and then this is literally the first time I've written like a single dad. So I am obsessed with it. That trope is so good. And these books I love. Like, I am so proud of them. I just think like
all three are out now.
All three are out. This is something I've also never done, and I've never read any books that have done this. So I'm not saying that nobody else has ever done it, but I have never read it. And I just whenever I think I'm doing something new, I'm like, oh my God, you're so clever. Right. And I'll be like, you weren't the first one to do it, you idiot. But so book 1, book 2, and book 3, like where they end, the next book picks up literally in the exact same scene.
I love that you do that.
The same scene.
A lot of authors do it. I've
never read a book that did that. And I was like, I am so clever. This is so clever.
I've read it. I can't even think of the author.
Of course, I cannot be the only one who's done it.
No, but I do appreciate because you don't lose any time.
Yes,
and I sort of love that I'm cliffhung. So they're not standalone, or are they standalone?
They are totally standalone, but because it's like book 1 is the oldest brother, book 2 is the middle, book 3 is the youngest. But it's just like where we are in the story when it ends, I can pick up book 2, like we are literally in that scene. You know, reading book 1, who everyone's potential love interest is. It's all set up.
This feels like you plotted way more than pantsed this.
I definitely did little points of, hey, make sure I was more aware. I was more intentional. I think that might be why I love these books so much. My brain was intentional in very specific things that I wrote in these stories. I feel like so much of my other books were just me writing so emotionally. And it's not that it's not intentional, but I did definitely engage a different part of my writing process for these books.
And you're seasoned now too.
Oh, I would hope so.
So which MMC brother is your fave?
Ooh, I really love book 1. Like I love the oldest brother, but I love the story in book 3.
The baby boy.
Matthew. I love the story. It's a trope.
I look at his regular name. It's not to discount other authors that make, fun names, but
but listen,
when hold on to.
That is something for me that I get really irritated about as a reader if every single character has a weird name, I'm like, how do you expect my brain? I can't keep anyone straight. I can't keep people straight because I'm like, everyone's name is so unique. It's stupid. There are too many names that are just way too weird.
There's a lot of really incredibly unique names. And stories.
It's cool if there's one or two, but you can't have 10 characters and all 10 have unique names and kind of like unisex names. Then when I'm reading, I'm like, oh my God, is this a guy or a girl? Like, what are
that
we?
ambiguity with names always confuses me too.
Yes, it is really hard for me as a reader. So with this, I'm very, very, very like particular about the names I choose. So like this is Thomas, Patrick, and Matthew. Like they have
very much I can hold on to.
Very normal masculine boy names, right? And the girls have the unique names. Addison, Brooklyn, like they're just a little bit different. Oh God, I love these books so much. Like, listen, book 3 has a trope that I'm not going to tell you that I swore I would never write because I was like,
hey, you have to tell me.
I can't. I'm not going to. I'm not going to tell you. Please. I'm not going to tell you. I'll tell you off camera. But it has a trope that I was like, I am never writing this because it's so unrealistic and so stupid, and no, this does not happen. This is not real. And it is real. And it is real. And it does happen. And it made so much sense for this book that I wrote it, but I would like to think I didn't write it annoyingly. So book 1, single dad, workplace romance, very funny dialogue because I'm always writing funny stuff. And I mean, the daughter like steals the show. She's such a sweetheart. Book 2 is a second chance romance, first love. You know, she got a job opportunity and left. And poor Patrick is just like, I'm never going to get over her.
That's all of our fantasy that they know.
I know, right? Like just it's her or no one.
Sun rises and sets with her.
Oh,
love that.
That's book 2. Book 3, retired NHL, the youngest brother.
Throwing the hockey in, Jen. You're throwing the hockey.
I mean, we don't really talk about hockey. He got injured, so it's whatever. It's his best friend's little sister. So I love a sibling, like a best friend sibling. Brothers, yeah, friends to lovers, and their story is just I like a lot. But Thomas's character, I think I love the most.
He's the most mature, it sounds like.
He definitely is, yeah, because he's the single daddy, and also he was my first love into this writing a small town romance, so I'm very bonded to him.
I'm very excited. I know you've sent me them. I can't wait to read them. When did this come out? Out of curiosity,
this whole year I dealt with cancer, so it came out before then. In book 3, you get introduced to another character, and I'm writing that series. So I've been writing that series since last year. So maybe they came out a minute ago. I want all 4 done before I release.
Can you tease anything about it?
It's also small town romance. It's 3 brothers, 1 sister. I'm loving writing small town romance. So I need people to get on board and read these books because I am not steering you wrong. I am not steering. These are so good.
You've had a lot of books.
Yeah.
Let's talk about your backlist. Like,
is
your favorite still
The Perfect Game? I mean, nothing else can ever be that series. I think too with The Perfect Game, it's the only series I've ever written multiple books following one couple. I've never done that since. So that's 3 books that follows one couple. And then we have their son in the next generation. So I've never done that.
I just read something where like all the kids were being profiled in like the next generation series. And I'm blanking on what it was. But I kind of like that, like bringing that full circle mom. And of course, maybe I'm thinking of Kate Stewart because we're talking to her soon, but like with Drive and Reverse, I know that she was like their kid, you know. I do like when authors do that because it kind of like makes you reflect on the parents and their love story.
I introduce their children in the last book of their series. So we know they have these 2 kids, and I totally tease that you're getting the son's book. I tease that, but I didn't write it for like 8 years. It's great the way that it's written. I would not do anything differently.
I also love this book. You should know. And I remember when I read it after we met, sometimes the most shocking things were real in that book.
For sure.
I was surprised, actually. And one scene in particular, I don't want to spoil.
Yeah.
I'm assuming everyone watching is should read or has already read this book since it was like your most beloved? She's your favorite female main character.
I mean,
or not?
I mean, she is, yes, especially for that moment of time. I feel like I put pieces of myself in every female character. So I kind of like love them all. And as I'm getting a little bit older and writing, I feel like I'm getting even more like sassy. And so my female characters in these small town romances are now doing things that I feel are really important, like standing up to toxic guys. Even if you've loved this guy your whole life, if he has nothing but red flags, she's not accepting that. She's like, you need to fix yourself to be with me because I'm a prize. And
I love that you say this because I'm like, now I'm like in this also dark universe.
That's kind of what I was hinting at when I tell you that if I was writing the perfect game today, I would have a really hard time making Jack as toxic as he is. I do not want to promote awful men to women. And I don't want you to want the guy who's mean to everyone except for you. I don't want you to want the guy that you have to change. I don't want you to want the guy who's a piece of shit. I want you to like a nice guy. I want you to know that you deserve to be treated well, that you deserve to have a guy who is not going to be mean to you. And we're not going to find that attractive.
That's a hot take right now. I respect the dark, darker stuff. And I like darker stuff if like you're kidnapped or things like that, not by the main character though.
Right.
I like the evildoer and the main character is really nice in rescuing you. Other new things coming out where the guy is so red flaggy and toxic. And I appreciate, because I also want the nice guy.
That was also a big thing for me diving into the small town romance and writing these books was I'm like, these are going to be green flag alpha males. I'm going to show you that you can still have a strong man who stands up for you, defends you, but he's not a piece of shit. He's not toxic. He's not a red flag. And he's a good guy. He's a nice guy. And for me, that's what I want to read right now. But I just am so aware of what I'm putting out there and what I feel that we're subconsciously showing women or girls what is attractive. And I get it because like Jack Carter, he ticks all kinds of boxes. And he ticks the boxes that if that was a TV show, you are obsessed with that show because he's a little bit messed up. You could change him. I'm in a different place where I am very much want to promote healthy relationships and healthy men.
What is like the best compliment a fan reader has ever said to you?
Oh God, I don't know. I mean, just the fact that anyone even just reads my books or says, I love everything that you write. I don't even care what you write. I don't even care what it is. I'm going to read it. The way that you write is so enjoyable. You make me feel good when I read your books. That is what I want. I want you to feel good after. And I want you to feel like the love that I'm putting on the pages is possible. I want you to be reading it and be like, this is so realistic.
I agree with that. I really want to read things that I think could happen.
And I know that at the beginning, it's because I was writing so much of stuff that had happened to me. So I was like, this is realistic. I lived through this. That is something that I feel very strongly about. I want to write realistic romance that feels good. I don't want you to be sad. I want you to be hopeful. I want you to think anything's possible.
All the newer young readers too that are really like just flooding the space, which I love. Is there a trope that you'll never write? Although you just said there was, and you did it for book 3.
Yeah. I mean, so
know what it is.
I can't, I'll tell you after. I'm going to tell you after.
Fine. Let's get to KU because you left KU. I want to talk about it because it's such an interesting, like you really felt like you were, it was just not working.
Really what happened for me being in Kindle Unlimited, I'd never really been in the space. So whenever I tried to put my titles in there, I definitely had to advertise, which no big deal, right? But I was obsessively checking my ads and obsessively checking my rank to be like, are these working? Are these working? Are these working? And my life became checking my Facebook ads. And I had so much anxiety, and I do not have anxiety. Like I am a person who I do not have issues. Okay. I don't have medicated issues. I felt awful every day. And I was like, oh my God, it's because I'm in Kindle Unlimited and I am trying to compete at this level with everyone. and it made me feel awful. And so I was like, I'm not doing this anymore. And I pulled all my books out of KU, and the anxiety was instantly gone. And so I opened up a Shopify store. And by doing that, like, I can't be in KU. If I want to sell my ebooks on my Shopify store, I can't be in Kindle Unlimited.
Now that you're direct to reader, there's ebook, there's physical book. And then when I download the ebook, it's what? In my iBooks, correct?
Yeah. So my ebooks individually are lower priced than they are at any of the stores. You can get bundles on my Shopify that you can't get anywhere else. You can also get like ebook and audiobook bundles, right? Like, I just have everything's bundled. That's not possible for me to do on Amazon. Like, I don't know, people know, but like Amazon price caps, like we can't price our books at whatever we want. So if I was to put an ebook bundle together of like 36 ebooks, the most I could ever price that is $12.99. Well, I'm not doing that.
36 books?
No, I'm just saying, if I was to put together a bundle, like a huge bundle, I can only price it up to $12.99. And I don't understand why Amazon does that. I think it's obscene. Like, let us price our books at whatever we want. Why do you care? Like, why do they stop us from? It's very weird. It's very weird. But so for me, I would say I absolutely love my Shopify. My Shopify does not sell on its own. I 100% have to be running ads. My best sellers by far are paperbacks. And then audio and ebooks are probably pretty similar. It's getting people used to buying ebooks on a different platform. I know it's like a source of discomfort. They're like, how do I do this?
For sure, I think.
Yeah, like, how do I do this? How does it work? How is the book going to get to me? Do you know what I mean? It's a couple extra steps, but once people are doing it, or people, you know, every time someone gets mad at Amazon, then they could just come to the Shopify store and get it directly through me. So I feel like that's something that's going to continue to grow. And I love that. I love that.
I think so too. So if another author is considering leaving KU, what advice do you have for them regarding that?
I don't encourage anyone to leave Kindle Unlimited if like 90% of their income is from there. Do you know what I mean? I'm not telling people to like lose all their money, because I took a hit leaving KU and I wasn't even doing great, but my income went down a third leaving Kindle Unlimited and going wide. Wow. You just don't sell wide the way you do on Amazon. Amazon has cornered the reader market. I mean, even if you're selling like crazy on iBooks, it's still never what you make on Amazon. I mean,
Amazon has a stronghold for sure.
Yes.
On this market. And also now I feel like Amazon Prime is also trying to have more of a stronghold on the adaptation space. I feel like that is a goal. So talk to me, is this the adaptation dream?
Oh yeah, 100%, because I just think that book, and I always have, incredible series potential.
I agree. I'd watch it.
I don't want to write it. Somebody else can do that. They could change it. They could make change, but the core of that story, there is so much stuff that happens that it is a TV show.
It is a TV show. Fan cast. Who would you fan cast?
Listen, I don't know anymore, because when the book first came out 14 years ago,
when the first book go back to, I don't know who celebrities are post 2000.
When it first came out, Jack Carter, 100% Ryan Guzman. And for Cassie, I love, God, I can't even think of her name. Her name was Caroline in the Vampire Diaries.
Oh, I didn't watch that. I'm like so embarrassed to admit it to this community, but I did not watch the Vampire Diaries. I can't even think of her name, but she was totally my Cassie, and Ryan was totally Jack. And Ryan was like on board. He was a baseball player. He was a pitcher. He's left-handed. He was number 23. I was like, this guy's born to play Jack. But it's been so long now. They're way too old. So I don't even know. I don't even know who would be. I don't even care. I just would want like incredible scripts, like the off-campus series, I think was so well done. Watching it made me so excited. I was like, do you know how great look how great they did for this? That's what they could do for The Perfect Game. That's literally all I thought after I wrote it. After I watched it. There is something particular about hockey that has a real stronghold and like I'm reading a football one right now myself.
I don't know if it's just because there were so many hockey romances all at once that like inundated the market, that it just became the sport. I don't care. I just like the story. Like, I don't care.
Me too.
But then it's like if someone's writing a baseball romance, then I care, right? Because I'm like,
well, that's
oh,
your sport.
yes. So I'm like, you better not this up. Like, this better be right. Like, that's the other thing. I don't know anything about any other sports, so they could be saying things wrong, and I would have no clue. But in baseball,
I never know what's wrong. I don't really care. I'm here for the story,
right? Yes.
Although I like a strong alpha man who's athletic. So give me a sport any day because I want that. You want to do a game?
Maybe.
Okay.
What is it?
It's this or that.
Yeah.
You ready?
Yeah.
Sports or small town?
Oh God! You know what?
I need poetry.
Small town. No, small town.
Okay, we're there. We're at small town. Okay, small town, rock star.
No, small town.
Small town. Small town, holiday.
No, small town.
Holiday has its moment, but you're right. I actually agree with that one. Small town. Small town. Okay. Small town, workplace.
Oh shit. I love a workplace romance.
I do too. It's my life. It's my own marriage.
I love a workplace romance. But no, I'm so into small town right now.
Small town. Okay. This is a popular one right now. You ready?
Okay.
Small town, cowboy.
No, small town.
Small town. Small town, final one, billionaire.
No, small town. Because here's the other thing. Small town could be all those things. I'm like, we got workplace romance in a small town. We got a billionaire in a small town. We got a cowboy in a small town. We got a sports guy in a small town. But
all of those genres, I feel like have their like, this is what this book is. Right? Everything is second to that genre when you're seeing that book. But I agree. A billionaire can totally be in a small town.
Yes.
But then it just becomes the micro trope, right?
Yes.
Like the side part of it. But yeah, I love a small town. I love all of those actually because they are all contemporaries. I really love a contemporary romance.
I really like those too. I mean, obviously with a holiday, I have like my 12 books that are fun for the holidays, a book a month for the entire year. So each one is, and they're novellas. So they're very small, they're very short, but they are full stories in a tiny package. They're my most popular sell. Like that's what I sell in my store the most.
What is the series?
What is it?
What is the series called?
It's called Fun for the Holidays.
Fun for the Holidays.
Fun for the Holidays.
That is something I watch on TV.
Yes.
Hallmark Channel. That's a spicy version.
They are so much fun. I love them so much. And I have the most beautiful paperbacks right now with sprayed edges. And that is my number one seller on my store.
Too. I want to do a fun giveaway at the holiday season, like holiday giveaways all December.
Oh, I'll see if I can get to the post office for you again.
Have you wanted to write like full length, not novella holiday romance?
No.
Never.
No, because this was always my idea since like 2013. And I finally got to execute it in like 2021. So that idea was like, because I was like, how am I going to take the time to write these? Like I'm always like writing and releasing and writing and releasing and writing and releasing. Like, how am I ever going to take the time to write 12 books and blah, 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 blah. And it just worked out the way it did. They're so good. They're so fun. They're total
I love a holiday.
They're total standalones. They're not connected to each other at all whatsoever. They're super fun.
I love that. And they're your bestseller.
They are a bestseller on my Shopify store right now. Yeah, because I do a bundle. So everybody buys the paperbacks, which I'm love for me.
I know.
But I'm not
paperbacks have made the comeback.
I'm not ordering. Yeah, that's all TikTok. I'm not ordering anymore. So once I sell out of this bundle, like I have so many books, physical books in stock that I'm not ordering anything until I sell out of everything I have.
I love that.
I have
keep
so
many inventory until it's gone and then restock.
And then we'll see.
Well, on a final note,
yes.
You want to tell the world how we know each other? I love our story because I repeat it constantly.
Stop it.
Yeah, whenever I'm like explaining how Love on Demand became, I'm like, well, this one author once told me. I make a short story long.
Make a short story long.
I'm going to make not a long story longer.
Just ask Paige.
We met at Book Bonanza, 2 years ago?
Was it only 2 years ago?
I know, it's hard for me to believe.
No, it was 2 years?
June of 24. That's when we met.
It feels like 1,000 years ago.
I agree. It
Book
definitely
Bonanza feels
I can't
like,
believe it was only 2 years ago.
my gosh. Yeah,
I
that's
know.
crazy. So was it
And
the very
you-
last Book Bonanza?
The very last one, and I was there by myself, and I was on a fact-finding mission, and you took me under your wing in a way, and you're like, have dinner with us, and I was like, yeah, okay, yeah, I'll do that. And I never forgot that, and I will love you forever for that.
Oh, I feel like I was like, have dinner with us and hang out with us and then just spend all your time with us. Like, who else are you going to be with? I'm the most fun.
And I'm going to be a star on your network.
And I'm going to be a star and
Star,
just hang out with me. Just hang out with
We had
me.
so much fun. That was a fun weekend.
That was a really, really fun weekend. That was a really great time. I'm so glad that like you were there and I got to meet you in the real life, and I'm still waiting to be famous.
Before this even existed.
Before
this didn't even have a name. This did not exist when we met.
No, it didn't, because we were going to do something else.
No, I didn't know what it was yet. I was like, is this a show? Is this a movie? Is this what is this?
Is this a series? Are we putting authors? Paige is like, are we putting authors to Jen? Would you go in a house with a bunch of authors? And I was like, no. I was like, no.
They're trying. They're still trying. And I'm like, what can I do to prevent this community from being Duck Dynasty? That's how I went from that moment to now. Not that there's anything wrong with Duck Dynasty, but everybody sort of understands that reference when I say that.
Yeah, I mean, when you say it like that, it's like, oh, what's happening?
Love you, Jen. I'm so glad you were on with me today.
Thanks
I can't
for
wait
having
to
me.
promote that series. I can't wait to read it. And I love your guts. I'm glad you were here.
Oh, I love your guts. Thanks for having me.
Of course.